What the hell, bro?
Hey, boxing fans, buckle up because today's story is going to be one wild ride. If you've been following the latest news that's shaking up the boxing world, then you already know what we're about to dive into. Floyd Mayweather has finally broken his silence following the raid of Gervonta "Tank" Davis's home by federal agents. What was found has everyone puzzled, and Floyd's comments have only added fuel to the fire. His remarks are setting the stage for what might become one of the most talked about moments in boxing history. But before we get into Floyd's explosive statements, let's recap what led to this drama. Tank Davis, known for his devastating power punches and thrilling matches, is at the center of this latest controversy. Instead of his recent wins making headlines, it's now all about a much more serious issue. Tank's home was raided as part of a federal investigation, and let's just say it wasn't a routine check. Reports indicate that authorities discovered an unregistered gun collection and a stash of illegal substances. Yes, you read that correctly. This was not your everyday inspection. The boxing world was in disbelief. For those who don't know, Tank and Floyd used to be incredibly close. Floyd took Tank under his wing, acting as a mentor and teaching him the ropes in the boxing industry. Floyd had always said he had a plan to help Tank become a world champion and take his career to the next level. "I've always been there for him from day one," Floyd stated in previous interviews, highlighting how he supported and pushed Tank to greatness. However, over the years, things got tense between them. Floyd felt that despite his guidance, Tank began to show a lack of respect, constantly taking shots at him on social media. "We had a game plan. My game plan was to help him become a world champion and elevate his career. I've always said great things about him," Floyd explained. "But over the years, it was constantly on the internet disrespecting me, taking shots at me." Despite Floyd's efforts, Tank started to drift away, eventually leading to their split. They parted ways on less than amicable terms, with rumors and tension hanging in the air. Now, with the federal raid and the controversy surrounding Tank, everyone has been eager to hear Floyd's thoughts. He finally broke his silence, and his words were nothing short of shocking. So, what did he say? Let's break it down. Floyd's first reaction was to distance himself from the entire situation. "Yes, I do appreciate fighters in general, but ultimately you have to take accountability for your actions," he stated, showing a somewhat cold approach to the situation. Some interpreted this as Floyd throwing shade at Tank, especially given their history. Floyd made it clear that although he had tried to steer Tank in the right direction, Tank had chosen a different path. "I've always supported him," Floyd continued. "I've always been positive, always pushed him to be great. But over the years, he's been constantly disrespectful online. I tried to show him the game and gave him the blueprint to success. In the end, each person has to make their own choices." Floyd didn't stop there. He delved into the lifestyle that comes with fame and fortune, warning of its dangers. "Fame is like a drug. It's easy to get sidetracked, especially when you're young and surrounded by prosperity and attention. I've seen it happen too many times." His remarks seemed to carry a mix of frustration and disappointment, hinting that Tank might be falling victim to the pitfalls of fame. But this is where things get really interesting. Tank Davis, known for his unapologetic attitude, didn't hold back either. He claimed that Floyd had crossed a line by spying on him and leaking information to his rivals. Tank alleged that Floyd had even tipped off Frank Martin, Tank's old adversary, about Tank's whereabouts. According to Tank, Floyd's actions went beyond mentoring, they were an attempt to sabotage his career. He told Frank that he was giving him advice, Tank said, expressing his disbelief. "I saw his people drive by while I was running. It's like he wants to see me fail. You can't trust someone who will throw you under the bus just because they think you might surpass them." Floyd's response, cold and calculated. "I gave him the blueprint," he reiterated. "But if he doesn't want to follow it, that's on him. I bear no responsibility for where he finds himself now." Some fans saw this as Floyd washing his hands of the whole ordeal, while others interpreted it as a warning. After all, Floyd had always preached discipline and focus, two things Tank appeared to be losing grip on. Adding to the drama, Tank revealed that Floyd had attempted to get him arrested. Yes, you heard that right. According to Tank, Floyd's recent actions weren't those of a mentor, but more of a rival trying to bring him down. The reason? Tank's announcement of a new deal bigger than Floyd's had struck a nerve. "He doesn't want to see me surpass him," Tank stated. "He feels threatened because I'm doing it at a young age. When Floyd was 29, he wasn't making these kinds of moves. I just secured a deal bigger than anything he's ever had, and he can't stand it." Floyd didn't deny Tank's accusations outright, but he did have this to say: "It's not about who's got the biggest deal. It's about making the right moves. Tank needs to focus on his career and not get distracted by chasing the wrong things." This comment sent shockwaves through the boxing community. Was Floyd genuinely concerned for Tank, or was he subtly undermining his former protege? Now let's address the elephant in the room, the raid. The federal agents' raid of Tank's home has stirred the boxing world. Rumors about illegal weapons and drugs have put Tank in a precarious situation, leaving fans and pundits wondering about his future. With Floyd's comments appearing more like a rebuke than support, the once tight bond between the two seems irreparably broken. Floyd further distanced himself, stating, "I have no involvement in whatever is going on with Tank. He made his choices. I'm just here to tell it how it is." While some people saw this as Floyd protecting his own reputation, others speculated whether he had some hand in tipping off authorities, given his knowledge of Tank's activities. Tank, on the other hand, seemed unfazed by Floyd's words, stating, "He can say what he wants. I'm still here, still fighting. He had his time, now it's mine. He can't handle that I'm making moves he never could." The tension between the two fighters has turned into an all-out feud, with both sides hurling accusations and keeping the boxing world on edge. As the fallout from the raid continues, questions loom over what's next for Tank Davis. Legal troubles could jeopardize his career, and without Floyd's guidance or animosity, depending on how you see it, Tank is navigating these waters alone. But one thing is clear. The rivalry between these two isn't just about the ring, it's personal. Floyd's closing remarks suggest he's ready to move on. "I've done my part," he stated. "I showed him the way, and if he chooses to ignore it, that's on him. I'm focused on my legacy, not his mistakes." A cold farewell from the man who once took Tank under his wing. And with that, Floyd has officially washed his hands of the Tank Davis situation. So where does that leave us? It seems like we're watching the fall of a once promising mentorship turn into an epic rivalry. Tank is out there making moves, some good, some questionable, while Floyd watches from the sidelines, both critical and perhaps just maybe a little regretful. The drama is far from over, and as Tank faces his legal battles, all eyes will be on him to see how he handles this crucial moment in his career. Was Floyd right to distance himself, or is this just another chapter in the story of two egos clashing? One thing's for sure, this isn't the last we'll hear about this saga. As the boxing world waits for the next round, both figuratively and literally, fans